Alice Springs, Australia, 7 degrees this morning, and it'll be 27 today, and it's absolute blue skies. We're going to go over to some amazing real estate agents in there. Stay tuned.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Minutes, episode 435. This morning, we've gone north. Yesterday was down south, talking about Melbourne. Now we're going to be talking about Alice Springs. We have myself, Michael Bergio, Mark Novak, Lisa Novak, and Tony and Drew from Alice Springs Realty to tell us about the market, how they're doing. Very exciting times for them. They've just opened up their own office together, 2 weeks into it. So we'll hear a little bit about their career prior and the move. Because it's pretty crazy to think post-COVID, new office opening, everyone would have thought, yeah, I think it's exciting times. And they've just kicked off using a lot of social media, inspired by the one and only Lisa Novak. So good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Tony and Drew, just start off a bit initially. Who are you guys? Where are you working? What do you sell?
Okay, so we're in Alice Springs, obviously. We've just started our own agency, like you said, 2 weeks and 2 days ago. We were working under a national banner, myself, for 4 years, Drew for 3.5 previously. And we've taken the huge leap to go out on our own. And the impetus really for that happening is Drew introducing me to the Lisa Novak way last year. So just an opening statement of that. He was bothering me and pestering me for months. You've got to listen to this lady. You've got to listen to this lady. And I was like, oh, whatever, idea of the day, flavour of the month. And then I was listening to her on Facebook one day, and she said something very pertinent. So I looked in and saw what he was doing. I said, all right, let's try it. We'll try it on this property, a unit in a suburb here called Larapinta. And lo and behold, bang, sold. Off social. No marketing fee. Very happy vendors. So, yeah, so thank you very much for Drew for introducing me to Lisa.
You're welcome.
And we're just launching now ourselves and putting it out there about going to market in the initial stage with zero marketing fee and getting the best possible price and the best possible time.
Yeah, and I just,
Yep.
sorry guys, I just wanted to add one more thing. First got into Lisa listening to one of her, we were introduced into real estate through Lee Woodward, and one of Lisa's first interviews, and believe it or not, it was when I was letterbox dropping, how archaic is that? I just keep listening, and you know, this whole social media, we've dipped our toes in the water and it's just going gangbusters. So thank you, Lisa.
Oh, guys, it's a pleasure. It's become a phenomenon. And you know what? It was the intention was always to be able to give our consumers choices, right? There were no choices before. There was either off market, which really means no formal advertising at all, or on market, which is getting vendors onto expensive real estate portals. And no disputing that we don't need them, we do, but there was no option, right? I saw that there was this gap in the industry, and then we had social media, which was so underutilized. So it was just a matter of connecting the dots there. So I'm really happy that it's working for you guys, really happy. And also I want to say thank you to you guys, because I believe I had a really great mention in your local newspaper there, thanks to you. So thank you so much for the acknowledgement. I really appreciate it.
We just wanted to say a thank you back to you, because you've revolutionised the way that we think about marketing. Strangely enough, we're from a marketing and advertising background, but it's just been a real eye-opener. I know that we've only been going for 2 weeks, so we've got a 50% track record at selling off social, because our very first property, when we started, we sold off social media, and we've got a second one going under contract that ended up having to go to a paid real estate portal.
I would like to, if you could talk us through, one, if other agents use social media in your area, but that conversation with your vendor, what was your vendor's reaction to you saying let's try social media. Talk us through that, because I know that's always an interesting one, especially if you're the first in your market to do so.
Yeah, initially when in our previous employment, people were quite reluctant. I don't like Facebook. I don't want it on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. I said, but your consumer is. And let's just try it. We've got nothing to lose. It's zero. There's no money to outlay here. So let's just try it. So we very quickly found out we know within 24 hours of going onto social if we can sell off social only. So it's not like you have to go, into like the very old days into the newspaper, wait for a week and see what's going to happen. So it's quite dynamic. And now the conversation, just the zero marketing dollar. I know I keep saying that, but that's what's the hook for them, and showing them our previous results.
100%. And this is the thing, people aren't afraid to go spend. I mean, here our average marketing plan, once we get our vendors onto the portals, let's call it $5,000, right? That includes realestate.com, some fancy photos, a floor plan and a signboard. Let's just call it $5,000. People aren't scared to spend the $5,000 if they know it's going to get them the best price. But not every vendor is that motivated that they actually want their property all over the real estate portals.
Exactly.
And I'm sure you guys are having the same conversations. Some vendors are saying, look, if you can get me something with a 2 in front, I'll sell, but I don't want to commit to going onto the likes of realestate.com and Domain because I don't want my property exploited in the event I don't get the price. So this is a really lovely transition for vendors to be able to dip their toes in and test the market. Mark has something to say.
Yeah, you know what, I call it a discovery process, because there's that discovery process with your own property where you're not burning $5,000, and you go through that discovery and you go, yep, I'm happy with that price. Yep, let's potentially put it out on realestate.com. And there's a thing that we call now a static database, which is your traditional phone number, email address of a person, and there's now a virtual database that you guys, that Drew and Tony are holding, that now they're tapping into. So that virtual database are that your tribe, your friends, your family, your locals. You don't even know who they are or if they're interested, but when you get it out on instant media, on digital media for that discovery process, everyone's, people come out of everywhere. It's incredible.
Yeah, even through Facebook Marketplace, how people start following you separately to your page as well. So it's really good to see that build up. What were we going to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to add sort of to what Mark was saying as well. And Lisa, we've learnt this from you as well. The bonus about going on to social first is it gives you a guide. You're not going straight onto paid portal, and you may be way overpriced. So you get a feel for the market beforehand.
Absolutely. So in the event, and look, I launch, about 40% of my properties I call it staged marketing. So first to my socials, we don't get the knock your socks off of there. Then a week later, or maybe even sooner, depending on what the needs of my clients are, we'll launch out to the real estate portals. And certainly if I feel there's more money out there for my vendors, then that's exactly what I'll do. But, the other great thing is it's instant media. Professional photos and a floor plan is wonderful, but it's slow. And I've got pretty much an in-house photographer, and he takes 24 hours. That's probably one of the fastest turnaround times in the industry. We can go out with our iPhone, right, guys, and we can do a video straight away.
Absolutely on that. And the biggest takeaway I got from watching you is authenticity and also consistency. People, and we did it too. I did it at the very first, is staging the Hollywood scripted. Looks stupid. It's not me. People know that's not me. So we just started going live, like your suggestion, and people just love it. You make a mistake and fumble through it, and they think it's hilarious. We have people pulling us up when we go down the street saying, "We love your videos. This is fantastic," and it's just the authenticity of it and keeping it real.
That's it. Oh my gosh, guys, I need you on stage with me at ARIC in 4 weeks. What are you doing on the
to. I just have to say one thing. We've just had a message come through from Marion Burton Real Estate. She's another boutique agency, standalone independent here. We actually embrace each other with Marion because we get together and we raise lots of money for the Alice Springs Animal Shelter. I just had to say that because we're very passionate about our animals.
Yeah. Well done, guys.
Hi, Marion.
Well done. I love I love collaboration, and we're the same. Like we also, as a business, we do a lot for the industry, right? We train. Obviously, these guys do their morning minutes every morning, but we train the industry a lot as well. So it's important to give back. Guys, what's the market doing up there in Alice Springs? Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we're up 71% year on year with volume of house sales and 18.5% with unit sales. So down on last quarter, which is to be expected because everyone wanted to get in before Christmas, but it's going really well. We've got a lot of activity in the marketplace and a lot of people moving to Alice, and we love that because anyone can get a job in Alice Springs. So it's
what does a unit sell for? What does a house sell for? How big are the blocks of land? Give us a bit of a dynamic of what your traditional properties are and days on market.
So the median price of houses in Alice Springs is $469. Block sizes around about 800 square metres. So I don't have the accurate figures here. But days on market, it's really hard for us to say at the moment because we are only 2 weeks in. So 2 weeks in, we've got one other contract.
All your career, like even from before this agency, like for someone who doesn't know the market, does it take 6 months to sell a property? Does it take 3 months? Are you similar to New South Wales? 30 days on the market, traditional auctions, just a broad of your career of the market, not just.
Yeah, so we learned fairly quickly, Michael, that we know within 2 weeks if we haven't got a property under contract, there's two things that are wrong, and that's price and presentation. Very quick turnover. We haven't seen the market probably at its low. Since we've been in real estate, it's just continued to grow in the Alice market. So we've been very fortunate. We haven't seen any lows per se. That being said, there was a boom back in 2010 where property prices increased by 22.7%. And, we're unfortunately having to tell people now that you're not going to get your money back, which is not good.
Yeah. Mark.
Because you didn't have any lockdowns or anything, did you? So Mark, did.
Mark put his hand up.
I can't see. He's behind the camera. He moved the screen. Go, Mark.
Mark, yes, you may speak, Mark.
Why the hell would you move to Alice Springs?
Oh my goodness, that's a brilliant question. I've been coming up here since the 70s. It is the most beautiful place in Australia. We have the sunniest skies. We've got ranges. We have the best community here. Everyone helps everyone. It's just a beautiful place to be. We're in the middle of Australia. We're closest to every beach in Australia if you think about it geographically. So it's a brilliant place to live.
We're coming.
Michael asked me. Michael the Berger this morning asked me where it was, and I told him it was in Queensland.
That's exactly how it went. I said it's Northern Territory, isn't it? He said no, Queensland.
He doesn't get out much. He doesn't pull up a map of Australia, Berge. He doesn't get out much. But if we were there, let's suggest, because Mark and I are going to come. We've been talking about it forever. We're going to just pop in and visit you guys one day and surprise you. If we were there for, let's call it 2 or 3 days, what are the top 3 things someone should do in Alice Springs?
Visit the Simpson Gap, Emily Gap, Telegraph Station, go for a walk tour around the town to look at the historical buildings.
You could go out to East McDonald. It's just...
Don't think that you're going to go down the rock and back in a day. People think that we're to Uluru. We're not.
It's about 600 kilometres.
How far?
Is it?
About 600 k's. Just down the road from the Territorians.
Really? That's funny that you guys say that, because when Mark and I went to India about 1.5 years ago, we decided that we were just going to go to the Taj Mahal. Little did we know it was like 1.5 days driving each direction. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it, that what you think and what's actually, real. But look, guys, congratulations as well on opening your own business. That is a massive step. Mark, we know that only too well. 20 years ago, we opened up our own agency, and Mark was 23 at the time. And it's a massive feat. It really is to open your own business. It's one thing to be in sales, and it's another thing to all of a sudden be managing staff and property management. So a huge congratulations, honestly. Well done. And also well done for taking the plunge into social media as well at the same time, because we train many people in the industry. And, my mum, who's watching, I think, at the moment, hi, Mum. Why are you telling everyone how to do this? I said, Mum, the reality is people just don't. They don't do it. So well done for just doing it. Right, we all know how to be skinny and fit. It's
like a diet.
Everyone would be skinny and fit. So honestly, congratulations and well done to you both. And it sounds like you've just hit the ground running.
Thank you.
Thank you
both.
No
Thank
problem.
you, everyone.
We're a little bit speechless.
Put your contact details.
Honestly unbelievable. So the market's booming up there. Where are your buyers coming from, guys? Are they coming from out of area? Are they locals? Where are they coming from?
And out of area. We also started with the pandemic, and again, this is we're the first people in town to start selling via Zoom and through FaceTime. So it's we just thought because of the what happened with Corona and all that sort of stuff, we just had to find different ways. So we had a lull for 5 weeks, and then we just had to be creative, and then we just jumped all over the social platforms, and it's gangbusters. It's great. And as a result,
so did you guys already start off with a decent amount of followers? Because the biggest question I get asked is, I have no followers, what do I do? And I'm always saying that's fake news. You don't need 10,000 followers. You just need a couple of hundred right types of followers. Are you finding, Tony and Drew, that you're building up your followers just because you're putting out the content that people want?
Yes,
absolutely.
Because we've got a population of around about 25,000 people. So it's, and I think we've got 1,100 properties. Sorry.
Everybody has a home.
That was right. But here's a perfect example. We were getting coffee this morning, and this lady was there with her 2 dogs. And
they got coffee. They got coffee in Alice Springs.
Yeah, we got coffee. And
we're definitely coming.
Awesome. So I went to pat her dogs, and she goes, I know you two. I see you're all over my Facebook. We love watching your posts and that. So it's not about the amount of followers you have. It's about the people that are engaging and your audience. So we get feedback all the time.
100%, Tony. I remember about 1.5 years ago, same thing happened to me. I was getting coffee, and I was in Neutral Bay, which is about 45 minutes away from our office. Yeah. And this girl came up. She goes, "Oh, excuse me, are you Lisa Novak?" And I go, "Yes," thinking, "Oh, maybe it's one of our kids' mums or something." And she goes, "Oh my God, I follow you on Instagram." I was like, "You do? Really? Oh my God." And I remember calling Mark saying, "Oh my God, she wanted a photo with me." And I couldn't believe it. And at that time I thought, no one's watching. I feel like an idiot. I've been doing this for 6 months. I haven't had a comment, a like, nothing. It's amazing. I'm always saying to people, it doesn't happen quickly. People expect after 2 weeks, they should be getting that traction, but it will just happen suddenly after you're being consistent with what you're doing. So you guys are 100% on the right track. And massive congratulations. Kudos to you, and total respect for just following through with this as well. And, and for opening up your own agency. We wish you nothing but luck and success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for anyone who's considering going to Alice Springs, Lisa, come with Lisa and I. No, just joking. It is such a good thing to go around and see our country, given what's happened with COVID. And I think spreading, distributing our experiences around Australia, spreading the money around a little bit, staying in Alice Springs and traveling, and all this is just fantastic. What I've learned the last 12 months, but can you just confirm something for me? I tried to work out how to get there, and it's not easy when you try to get Ayers Rock built into your trip. If people are going to be heading up to Alice Springs in baby talk, where the hell do we go?
Out towards Broken Hill.
Right.
Broken Hill across, and then so Ayers Rock Uluru is south of Alice Springs. So you do that on your way up through. The other way would be the long way, which is up through Queensland.
So you fly?
Oh, okay. So go to Mascot Airport, get on a plane. Okay, so then you get off the plane, and then you get a hire vehicle, and then you drive down the road for a few hundred kilometres, turn right, drive for about another 400 kilometres. You get to Uluru, come around the Mereenie Loop, I think it's called.
Yep.
So you get to see Kings Canyon and, some really great Hermannsburg. Got to go to Hermannsburg. That's where Albert Nemetjura is from. So we all know who Albert Nemetjura is. Very, very talented Indigenous artist. And then you keep following the road into Alice Springs.
So you fly into, where do you land?
What was that? Sorry, Mark, I interrupted.
Land in Alice.
You land in Alice.
It's got the same airport.
We do have an airport.
Yeah.
Listen, Mark.
So you go Mascot, Alice Springs, hire a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 k's in there.
Mark, I just want to say, my last life, I was a travel agent. We're all good. We're all good. I remember you fly to Alice Springs. You can also fly to Ayers Rock. You can get on a coach. But guys, Drew and Tony, if you see two crazy people in a black van with a trailer driving around and around and around looking lost, that'll be us.
Awesome.
All right.
Very much looking forward to it.
Anything else you guys want to say for this morning? Otherwise, we'll wrap it up.
Have a beautiful day, everyone.
And thank you for everything.
Yeah.
Absolute pleasure. Lots of love, guys. It's been awesome catching up. Next time we're going to see you in person, and we'll do a live together. And can't wait to get up there and see you guys in Alice Springs. Good luck. Thank you for joining us this morning, and we'll see you guys real soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.